Hey everybody, my name is Adebisi Josiah. I'm the founder of About the Market Square, and we are bringing this show to you named Context. Context is a talk series that helps us to discuss stories around business owners in Africa, in Nigeria, in your states. So we discuss about how they started the business, what prompted them to start the business, and what are they projecting for the next few years after this recording. So on this show today, I'm having a beautiful lady, a very gorgeous lady, although she is in a controversial industry. Let me just say it that way. And that's one of the reasons why. Um, that's one of the reasons why I'm bringing her on the first episode of this talk series. Let me introduce to you my very pretty Elizabeth Adewale.
Thank you for having me. It's a delight to be here, especially on the first episode.
This is the first episode. What's surprising about it is we're going to be discussing mostly about sex.
Yes.
How do you feel that the first episode of this talk series, the first thing we're talking
I like it.
about
I
is
think
sex?
I think it's an important conversation that we should all have.
Oh,
Yeah, so I like that we're having the conversation.
so we are talking about
Yes.
sex.
And I love talking about sex. So
Okay, so Elizabeth, my first question today. The goal of this conversation is we want to go through what did you have to become to do what you do. So my first question to you is, I think a lot of people have already made up their minds about you before meeting you, and they hear sex educator, and then the first thing that comes to their mind is uh, sex educator. What's the difference between sex educator and a sex worker? So if you are going to enlighten the audience,
Mhm.
what's the difference between sex educator and sex worker?
Okay. So first of all, when people hear that I am a sex educator or I talk about sex for a living, they automatically assume that, sex is all I think about, sex is what I eat, sex is all I talk about, and I must be sexually adventurous or a freak. But that's really not true. So sex education is just basically teaching people the information that they need to make informed decisions about their lives and their health. Sex is a natural need for humans. It's a desire that is innate, right? All of us are here. If you are here, I'm here because of sex. You know. Yes. So a sex worker sells sex, right? A sex educator teaches people about sex, and not just about having sex, but about consent, about contraception, about relationships, about pleasure, about orgasm. So sex education is holistic, right? So it's not just teaching people about having sex. It's so much more than that. So a sex educator is different from a sex worker. Yes.
So now let's assume I don't know about you before now,
Okay.
and then you are introducing yourself to me as a sex educator.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be in mind?
Yes. So when I introduce myself as a sex educator, people assume that, oh, this girl, she must be a freak, or she must be sexually available, or she must be, I don't know, crazy in bed and stuff like that. So people assume that about me. But in reality, I am a very reserved person. In fact, I'm actually very shy for the kind of job I do. I'm a very shy, reserved person. And outside of my work, I don't really talk about sex like that in real life. Like, I mean, I talk about it, I teach it, but it's not like everything I talk about, right? I'm an academic person. I read, I study. I just completed my master's in public health with a distinction, by the way. So I'm a very academic person. I love to read. I'm very big on self development, personal development. So I want people to change their assumptions about me. Yes. So this is a walk. It's not who I am. Yeah.
Okay, so if I met the 17-year-old Elizabeth, would she ever believe that she will be sitting with me one day and then we'll be talking about sex, especially on the media?
No. Yeah. At 17 years, I was just entering University of Ibadan then. and I wanted to do MBBS, and but I did not reach the cutoff mark, so I had to settle for chemistry. So that's that point in my life, I would never. If somebody had told me, Elizabeth, today you'll be talking about sex publicly and as a career, I would have laughed. Never believed it. Yeah, but I'm happy that I'm here, and I'm happy that I'm doing the work I do. But yeah, that's my answer to that question.
So now look at it. You said you studied. You were given chemistry.
Yes, I
Okay,
was.
so how come you were able to switched from chemistry back to public health?
Okay, that's pretty simple actually. So I did chemistry for my BSc, and then I did public health for my master. So for a public health is a very holistic degree. You can come medical doctors do public health, pharmacists do public health, people in sociology do public health. So public health is not just for people that do public health for BSc. So as long as you have a science background or a social science background, you can do public health. So that's how I was able to switch from chemistry to public health.
So it's safe to say it is your love for sex education that brought you to public health.
Yes, it was actually because surprisingly, sex education is a part of public health, right? We call it's under sexual and reproductive health. So, and I want people to refer me to more than just a sex educator. So that's why I needed to get that master's because I want people to see me beyond just somebody that talks about sex, right? So that master's was a cushion. It really helped, and I'm grateful I have a master's in public health.
Okay, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you mentioned that at home it is a taboo to talk about sex.
Yes.
First of all, I'm sure something must have happened that the whole thing became a taboo at home to talk about sex.
Okay, so I think that generally sex is a taboo in many Nigerian homes.
Actually, most
I don't think there's a particular time that your parents sat you down and said, Mr. Ibadan Square Market,
you can't
this
even
is
watch
sex. This is
sex
sex.
movies. Well,
Exactly.
you know when you
It
know
was
when
generally a taboo. But then me,
actually.
I was born in a very, very religious home. I mean, like deeper
Okay.
life kind of religious. So, my
Oh no.
parents they are pastors,
Okay,
right? So
I see.
sex was never a conversation that we had. The most I was told is you should not have sex before marriage, right? It's
Okay.
fornication. And if you fornicate, you die and go to hellfire.
Oh my
That's
god.
it. And I remember that when I had my period,
Yeah.
my period, my mom sat me down and said, "You're not a woman, oh. Don't allow a man touch you. Oh. You will get pregnant." Oh. So that was all I got.
So
So
I'm sure you became a black sheep when you started talking about sex.
I mean,
What was the experience?
like my parents or
Yeah, your parents, your
well,
siblings.
my siblings, surprisingly, she's a very cool person. She's
Okay.
indifferent about it.
Oh, okay.
Like she's a very conservative person, my sister. I only
Okay.
have one sibling. She's
Oh,
conservative.
okay.
She does not really care about what I talk about.
Okay.
And then she's very supportive, right? Even for my videos, she helps me with the video production,
Okay.
editing.
Is she the
So
one that came here with you?
yes, she's here
Oh,
with
I
me.
see. Well
She's
done.
behind the scenes. And then for my parents, they did not know until last year.
Oh,
I've been doing this since 2020. They didn't know until last year. And that was because I was anonymous. So there was no way
okay.
for them to know
That's true. That's
because
true.
you get
They are social media.
they are not on social media. They are
Oh, I
not on
see.
social media like that.
But
So
at least they will
but
have
they
pastor
discovered last
friends.
year around my birthday, September.
Okay,
But
how?
surprisingly, they were cool about it. I don't know.
How did
I don't know how they discovered.
they?
I don't know. Maybe somebody told them or something. I don't know because I was now making videos in 2025.
Okay, okay.
So and then the videos were going viral. So maybe
Oh,
somehow. In
somehow.
fact, one of my videos they sent it to my mom's group page in our school,
Oh, really?
but then they didn't know that it's our daughter. They just sent it like, let's educate everybody here. Oh. She now showed me that this is
Oh.
my daughter. But surprisingly, my parents are cool about it. And because I've been able to build a career, financial independence, and they can see the impact of my work. You
Oh,
get
I
so
see.
they don't really have a problem with it. Yes.
So, I'm going to ask this question that when you realized that they found out, what lesson did you learn about it?
Hmm. Did I really learn any lesson? I
You
felt
said there was no reaction.
there was a reaction, but it wasn't like the reaction I was expecting. I was hiding from them because I thought they would judge me. So they knew that I was doing something online, but they
Okay.
didn't know it was sex
What
education. They
exactly?
thought it was health, just general health.
Okay.
That's what I told them. I told them that, like, and then I used my public health degree to back it up. That it's just health education. I'm just educating people about health. But along the way, they got to know it's sex education,
Okay.
right? And surprisingly, they were cool about it, and it just made me realize that I should have probably opened up earlier to
Yeah,
them.
to them.
And then they are so supportive. In fact, I told them I was going to be on a podcast today, and my mom was already sending me prayer this morning. was always sending me prayer that as you go, God be with you. God will open your mind to speak. So if somebody they are cool, oh, I'm surprised. Like I can't believe my deeper life parents would definitely be cool. I don't know.
Okay, so it was
I
the
wish I had told them earlier.
earlier actually.
Their support would have probably helped. If
Definitely,
yes,
definitely.
yeah.
So it was actually the reason why you hid behind the anonymous page for 3 years.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah.
But now, after 3 years, you decide to come out, come out, like show your face. What
Yes.
changed?
Will. That's a very good question. What changed? I just, I discovered that I wanted to do more and be
Okay.
more, right? Because when I started, I was anonymous. I was not showing my face and I was behind the scenes, right? Because I didn't want people to know who I was.
Okay.
Because number one, I was a little insecure that people are going to judge that this young girl is talking about sex. So I didn't want that because I didn't want anybody to send my
But your
videos to my
face looks
parents.
so innocent.
Yeah, that's the misconception people have about me. Like my face is so innocent. Like who is this young girl? Yeah, so I decided to come out when I realized I wanted to do more and be more, right? I wanted to be invited to podcasts. I wanted to speak in to young girls. I wanted to be out there. So I just took one step. I made a video with my sister in our living room. I was like, it's
Okay.
going to be an introductory video
Okay.
that everybody, oh, I'm a sex educator, follow me, oh. And then surprisingly the video did it went viral on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, and then people were following me. Like, I remember
Yeah.
that the video got me over 1K new followers,
Oh,
and I was like, wow, okay. The next
so I
video I
think I should start
posted,
talking.
I posted the next video. It did well. I was like, okay, people are interested in this stuff. Third video, the fourth video, and then I've posted over 100 videos. And so it was just I believe you build confidence or you build competence you build confidence through competence. So the more you
Okay.
do something, the better you get at it, the more confident you become. So that's my
Okay.
approach to life.
But me, I feel from what you just said now, from the context of what you just said now, it feels like you've built your competence first.
Yes, I built my competence. So I've been doing it for 3 years behind the scenes before I
Yeah,
came out. So of
definitely.
course
So
I had
even when you were facing the camera, you already know what to say.
yeah, I know what to say.
So
Yes.
do you, from your experience now, would you think that Nigerians we are obsessed with pretending that sex doesn't exist?
I mean, even the way you're talking about it, you seem shy. You're not saying the word sex. You're not
I'm being too about it.
yes, I think many people they're obsessed with pretending that sex doesn't exist, right? I can make a post now, and the post will have over 100K views, and it will just have like 500 likes.
Yeah.
But the shares will be like 5,000. I'm like, why are you people sharing this
Sharing
post?
it.
So of course they're sharing it to their DMs, and it's because in our society sex is stigmatized, so people don't want to be seen associating with sex in real life in the public. But behind the scenes, you know what? My DMs are crazy. I mean, TikTok
Of
DMs,
course.
Instagram DMs. You see the kind of questions people
We're still
ask
coming to
me.
that
You
place.
people are having sex, and you're having lots of it. Even so, yeah.
So actually, the society we are not talking about it, but somehow everybody is doing it.
Yes, not everybody though, but most people are doing it.
Okay, now you.
I'm sure now. Not everybody is having. I mean, many people are having sex. Of course, that's why we have high rates of unplanned pregnancies, abortions. People are
Yeah,
buying
definitely.
condoms.
Yeah,
Like
of
condoms are
course.
selling like crazy.
Contraceptives.
Emergency contraceptive pills are selling like crazy. But not
Why did you use
everybody's
the word
having sex.
emergency?
I mean, like most people buy emergency contraceptives.
Oh,
Like they
I
don't
heard.
use regular contraceptives.
Oh.
So when they have sex, just go and buy and use. You know.
So there is
But
difference between the regular ones and.
yes, there's a difference between regular contraceptives and emergency
So what
contraceptives.
if you took the emergency one before? Does it have a
No,
regular
it
one?
doesn't. It works after, not before.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay,
you
I
have to
see.
have done it. So it will now stop. So as the sperm is going, the emergency contraceptive will now delay ovulation. It will delay the release of egg so that the
Okay.
sperm will not have anything to fertilize. Yeah.
You said you support safe and legal abortion.
Yes.
Now that statement, if I put 10 Nigerians
Mhm.
in this room now and I say abortion is self-care, I think that would be war.
There'll be war. Yes.
Why did you believe what you
Okay, so I believe that abortion is healthcare,
believe?
and I believe that abortion saves life. So abortion is healthcare and abortion saves lives. And when we say abortion is healthcare and people push back, it's because they see abortion from a moral standpoint or from a religious standpoint. So abortion is a public health issue, right?
Okay.
So when I say abortion is healthcare, I'm not saying you should have an abortion. But
Okay.
then when somebody needs an abortion, Maybe a child has been raped, or
Okay.
maybe it's an adult that has been raped, or
Okay.
maybe it is the pregnancy is life threatening to the life of the mother,
Okay.
or maybe the woman does not simply want to continue the pregnancy because of reasons best known to her, maybe financial issues. She does not have the money to bring a child to the
All the
world, to
time.
care for a child. Maybe she's just not in the right state of mind. She should be able to access safe abortion,
True.
right? Instead of having to do the unsafe method. Most the thing is whether we like it or not, abortions are going to keep happening. There's a high chance that you
Definitely.
know somebody that's had an abortion,
Definitely.
or you know somebody that knows somebody that's had an abortion.
Definitely.
So abortions are going to keep happening. And the truth is, if you don't allow people access to safe abortion, they're going to do it the unsafe way, and it
Actually.
can cost them their lives. We
Actually.
have so many people dying because of unsafe
Abortion.
abortion. So that's why we should begin to see abortion as healthcare, as a public health issue. Yes,
Mm.
not a moral issue, not a religious issue, a public health issue.
Okay.
Yes.
So now this conversation that we just had now, I believe you must have had a conversation with a larger audience
Yes, yes, I have.
somewhere physically,
Yes,
and
physically.
probably let's say with elder audience.
Yes.
And what's the misconception you feel in their mind they are thinking about?
Well, people assume that because I support abortions, then I don't care about life.
Or probably you've done enough of
Yes, I've done abortions.
it.
But you don't have to do abortions. Even men can support abortions. We have
Of
men that support
course.
abortions.
A lot
So
of
you don't
men,
have
a lot
to.
of men will actually support
I
abortion.
know, right? And they are mostly hypocrites because they'll be shouting abortion is illegal, but behind the scene, if a girl gets pregnant for them, they'll tell her they'll give her money. Oh yeah, go and buy,
Go.
go and do this, go and do that. So people assume that because we talk about abortions and we support it, we don't care about life, but that's not true. Because what's
Okay.
the point of bringing a child into this world that you can't care for?
Check for you.
Right? There are so many children walking on the streets, homeless, because the people that brought them to this life cannot afford to take care
Take
of
care of
them.
them.
Right? And then when we are aborting, we are not aborting a child, we are aborting a fetus. Right?
Yeah, true.
So it can be a little. Some people are
But
they are
there's life.
controversial about it.
But there's life in
I don't know about that.
it.
I believe it's a fetus and it's depending on the mother for survival. If it has life, it will not need the mother to survive. Right? So
Okay,
it's a
yeah,
fetus, it's
true.
still in the developmental stage. You can remove it, please. If you don't have the money, the resources, or you are not ready, people should be allowed to make that decision.
So, do you ever feel ashamed talking about sex?
Do I look like I'm ashamed right now?
Okay, where you started?
Okay, I will not say I was ashamed
Okay.
because I knew what I was
What gave
talking
you that
about. I got an
confidence?
epiphany. It was an epiphany. So it was during COVID
Oh,
period. Right?
okay.
Everybody was at home with their phones, and I had a boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, my
Okay.
first boyfriend. Then
Oh,
was like, I,
that was like
I used to talk about
4 years ago.
4 years, no, 5 years ago,
5 years ago.
2020. I used to
So
talk
that's
about
not.
relationships first. I used to give people relationship advice, and people were so interested. Elizabeth, they'll be coming to me, Elizabeth, this thing happened with my relationship. What should I do? I'll be like, do this, do that. So then, but then, I was a young girl,
Okay.
fresh. I was in my 400 level then in
Okay.
university
Which school?
and University of Ibadan.
Oh, okay.
So it was my first boyfriend. Of course, you know what
Of
people
course.
that do that have boyfriend do.
Definitely.
So I was like, I did not know anything. Guys, I went to Google and I started to read. Okay,
Okay.
this is how this is done. This is how this is
This is the
done.
first time.
Yes, it was my first. So I started to learn. Okay, this is, and then I was intrigued. Like, why is nobody talking about this? So I would not go to my status that time. I'll be posting what I learned. I posted that. Oh, do you know that your vagina is different from your vulva? Do you know this? And the people were interested and
And
they were
the
asking.
audience are not thinking, oh, I think she's having.
Some people actually do think that way. Yes,
Okay.
and I don't blame them.
Because of
And I'm
course.
not going to debunk anything. I'm not going to debunk and say, oh,
Because
I'm
of
not
course
doing
it
it. I'm
happens. So
doing it.
there's
Oh, I'm an adult and I can make whatever decision I want to make.
of
But
course.
yeah, so that's
I
the
think you are giving me that confidence now.
yeah. So I was not really ashamed. I just I was conscious about what people would think about me.
Okay.
Like, oh, if they see Elizabeth posting about sex. In fact, my university mates, like in my when we finished, they were like,
Your roommate.
no, not my roommates, like people on in my
Your
level, in my
department.
sets, yes, something like that. They were sure carrying my gist up and down. That, Elizabeth has probably started having sex, so Elizabeth is sleeping around. Elizabeth must be doing porn. Why is she talking about sex like this? In fact, few of them will enter my DM that Elizabeth, what you are doing? This is not the Elizabeth we know because I was a scholar. Like I
Oh.
was one of the best students in
In
my
school, yeah.
department, so they expected I would probably be a professor
You start
teaching
talking about books.
chemistry. But
Yes.
then they said, why is Elizabeth talking about sex? So I was conscious about what they were thinking of me, and that was what put me like it held
It
me back.
boxed you.
Yeah, but then I discovered that people don't really care like that.
Actually.
And there's some of them, in fact, they're my DMs today asking
You know the
questions.
reason why they won't care?
Why?
Because they are doing it.
I mean, at the end of the day, we are all hypocrites. So
So, whatever you are saying, it will definitely resonate with what's on their mind, so
I
they will feel
guess.
like, okay, let's
I
share this
guess.
information for.
I guess. And today, some of them are following me, and they are really cool people. Yeah.
So you said you add the competence first,
Yes.
then before you now moved into the confidence.
Yes. I
So
saw
now,
that.
how was the transitioning?
How was the
Did it just
transition?
happen like you said, like it was COVID-19, and then you were inside with your sister, and boom,
Yeah, it did. It happened like that.
like it just
My
happened?
ex-boyfriend there was not telling me that. Why
You
don't
didn't
you
write any
teach people?
scripts. You didn't.
No, I don't know what happened. I was just very confident that period of my life,
Okay.
and I just took the camera and started talking.
So what's the meanest thing anyone has ever said to you?
Okay. People have said a lot of mean things to me, but the one that pained me the most was I was at an event, right? A
Okay.
normal event, not anything, nothing about sex. It was an event,
Okay.
and then
What kind of event?
it was like a normal hangout.
Okay.
So where me and some other people, and then there was also a popular sex worker at the event.
Okay.
Yeah, she's popular, but I will not mention her
All
name.
right. All
Okay, so the person, somebody in the event was like, Elizabeth, see your colleague.
right.
I'm not joking. I am not joking. It pained me. And then it pained me because the person that said it, we follow each other. She
Okay.
engages with my content. So then why did she think, in what world am I a colleague to a sex worker? And that does not mean I don't think sex workers are humans or
Okay.
they don't deserve
Of course,
respect.
no.
Of course,
Definitely.
everybody deserves respect. It does not mean she's less than I
It's
am
their
or
choice.
but it was just that how can you not differentiate between what I do and what a sex worker does? I've never said, oh, come and buy my nudes. I've never said that. I've never said, oh yeah, this is my rate to come and sleep with me. I've never. I'm always very
But
educational.
I
I
feel
don't even dress in a way that gives. I mean, my face is so shy. It's so I don't know. It pains me a lot. It really hurts me. Like it pained me so much that I had to stop what I was doing for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it did pain. I had to think about like what am I in what way am I presenting myself?
Did you try to maybe research the difference between sex educator and sex worker? Because if I ask, let's look at the mainstream generally.
Okay.
If you say someone is a worker,
Mm-hmm.
the worker can be doing anything. The worker can also be an educator.
Yes, there are some sex workers are
So
educators.
maybe the person was not wrong
No,
when
the
he
person was
said.
very wrong. The person was very wrong, and they were trying to make me feel less in that gathering,
Oh, I see.
right? Maybe it was a joke to them, but then there's no way in what world you point at the sex worker and say,
Did
Elizabeth,
you
see
try
your
to
colleague.
defend yourself?
No, I did not. I didn't say anything. But it stayed with me and I thought about it for a while. Like, what way am I presenting myself that this person could think to equate me or to liken me to a sex worker? But yeah, it was really
The funny thing is
painful.
the person said your colleague.
Yes, he said, Elizabeth, your colleague, see your colleague.
And they didn't reach out to the person after the
No, I did not. Person might probably be watching this. I did not reach out. I didn't reach out because it wasn't necessary.
So at some point, it makes you want to stop.
It didn't make me want to stop. It just made me think about how I'm presenting myself. That must have led to that conclusion.
So did you rebrand it?
I didn't rebrand. I just got bolder.
Okay, so you said you don't have to know everything before you start.
Yes.
It's your ideology, and
Yes.
personally, I agree with you to an extent.
Mm.
But if someone wants to get married,
Mhm.
if someone wants to relocate abroad, or if someone wants to quit a job to start a business or even become a parent,
Mm.
these are huge decisions.
Yes.
And don't you think there are some things in life that you have to think, you have to lead before you even leave?
Yes, of course. You have to. When I say that you build confidence through competence, I don't mean that at the beginning stage you have to know everything. Everybody's a beginner at some point,
Yeah,
right? We are
definitely.
beginners. So, but then the point is that you keep taking a step forward,
Okay.
right? So, whether you want to get married or you want to relocate, there's a starting point, and at that
Okay.
point, you don't have all the information,
So
right?
now, at what point do you stop thinking and start doing?
At the point where you're tired of thinking, because the longer you think, the more somebody is going to do that
I
idea.
think that response for a pessimist, my
I mean, like the longer you sit down and think about
a
now,
pessimist will keep thinking.
that's the thing.
So
And
let's assume a
I'm a
pessimist.
thinker. I think a lot, right? I think a lot actually.
Okay, now from your own perspective, now
Okay.
at what point do you stop thinking about something? Precisely at what point do you stop thinking?
Okay, so that's a very deep question. At what point did I stop thinking? I just I don't know.
Mhm.
Like it was, I don't know. For everybody that is doing something extraordinary,
Mhm.
they always have a thinking point, but
Definitely.
at some point they take an action. So
Okay.
I just discovered that if I keep sitting down, and keep thinking and thinking and thinking, somebody else is going to come one day. In fact,
Okay.
surprisingly, as I was thinking, somebody else now came and started talking about sex. In fact, she went viral than even me that
Oh.
I was hiding. You get?
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was like, and people were really engaging. She was sharing her
Mhm.
stories. You probably
Mhm.
might know her. She was talking about
Okay.
personal stories, and
Okay.
then I was surprised that somebody is talking about how she's having sex and people are engaging. I mean, I want
Mhm.
to teach people the health parts. You get? So I
Okay.
was like, why am I hiding? So I said that, you know what? No, I'm not hiding again. So I feel like people need a nudge.
Okay.
When you see that other people
Maybe
are
like someone to like an accountability partner.
maybe, but you need to know that this thing that you're thinking, somebody else is doing it already. And
Actually.
they are making money from it. And then you are the
Okay.
one thinking. How long do you think? So
Mm.
execution is key. I'm very big on if I have an idea today, I'm going to execute it within 48 hours. That is the way I think about life. Yeah.
Okay. So I have this theory that a lot of people don't actually a lot of relationship don't actually end because people stopped loving each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think people stop feeling seen, they stop
Mm-hmm.
feeling heard,
Yes.
and then they just become roommate. And
Yes. I agree with you.
so these days you see two people posting each other, blah blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
and going on dates, buying matching
Mm-hmm.
stuffs. But at the end, behind the aesthetics,
Mm-hmm.
there's really something going on.
Mm-hmm.
What are those things that you feel from your own perspective as a sex educator? What are those things that you feel is causing the gap?
Okay. So I agree with you that so many people, especially in this day and age of social media, relationship is aesthetics, right? It's about the Valentine pictures, the Valentine
Mm,
gifts,
the
the
social media
matching
content.
outfits, the romantic captions,
Mm,
the vacations, right?
yeah.
But real relationship is more than just aesthetics. It
Mhm.
is built in daily, everyday, ordinary conversation. It's built in ordinary moments,
Okay.
right? It's being able to, be at your lowest and still be safe in your partner's eyes,
Yeah.
right? It's being able to communicate your vulnerabilities. I
Okay.
believe that intimacy, when people say intimacy, they think sex. They think sex, but
Mm,
intimacy is so much more deeper than that.
actually,
Because you can be lying next to someone every night. You can even be sleeping with them,
and you don't
and
know anything.
you will not feel emotionally safe with them. There's so many
Okay.
couples that they are living together, they are sharing responsibilities, they're
Mm,
having sex, but they
mm,
don't feel seen by their partner, right? They don't feel safe with their partner. They can't talk to their partner about their deepest,
thoughts.
secrets and thoughts. And that's not safe. That's not healthy,
Okay.
right? And social media makes it so difficult because people are just focused on the external parts, the aesthetics of a
Mm,
relationship.
yeah.
So I believe that people should communication is important. I'm very big on communication. Although
Mhm.
I'm I'm not too much of a relationship person, but I believe communication is so important,
Okay.
and then people should, be with people that I don't know, be with people that understand you, that
Mm,
respect you, that
mhm,
listen to you, right? Not
mhm.
just attraction and chemistry. All of
Yeah.
that is important, but it's not everything. Make sure that the
Actually.
person you're picking to do life with is somebody that listens to you, that respects you, that understands you. It's
Mhm.
very, very important because or else you just have somebody that you're just a roommate,
And
you're
then you
just
go
having
out, you
sex,
come back at
and
night, you
then
sleep.
that's it, and then you don't even feel safe with them.
So now you mentioned the sex parts because that's your
Yes.
field. So now before marriage,
Mm,
before they even get to do wedding or
okay.
whatever, why they are courting, what are those things that sex wise that you feel they should have considered before they start the journey per se?
Okay. So I will start beyond sex. I'm going to leave. I'm going to come back
Okay.
to sex,
Okay,
but
beyond
because I
sex.
don't want people to think it's only sex I know. So I believe that before a couple decide to do life together
Okay.
and marry, although I've never been married,
Okay.
and I don't have all the like
Information.
practical
Yeah.
knowledge, but then from my own experience with relationships and the clients I've had, I
Mhm.
think that the first thing is that they have to communicate. You have to know your values. Do
Okay.
you have values that align? For
With each other.
example, let's say that one of you likes to spend, the other likes to save.
Mm.
That relationship will have issues.
Okay.
You get, let's say
Someone has
that
to step in.
somebody, or no, you have to have similar values.
Okay,
What
yeah.
what do your values align when it comes to religion? Yeah, is one of you like another religion, the other. Although
Mm.
some people it works out for
I
them,
think
but it's
people do
still
reach agreement.
yes, yes,
Definitely.
of course, there's compromise,
Mm.
but then you should not be compromising your values. It's
Okay.
very, very important. Don't compromise your value. If you know that your value is you are a religious person, don't go and date someone that's not religious. Don't
Actually,
compromise your
of
values.
course.
So, of course, so discuss children. Do you want to have kids? Because in this day and age, some people don't want to have children. Do you want to have kids? Is it immediately you get married? Do you want to wait a few years?
Okay.
Important conversation to have. Do you want
Mm.
to space the children? Like
Yeah.
maybe one, then next you
Three
get.
years.
Do you
Yeah.
want to do that? Are you the kind of person that likes involving your family in everything? There's some
Mm.
people, everything they'll call their dad, they call their mommy, call
Yeah.
their family members. But some other persons,
Yeah.
they are
You just do
independent.
their
So
things. Yeah.
it's very important that you align on your
Mm.
values. What expectations do you have of your partner? What roles do you expect them to play in the
Okay.
relationship?
Yeah.
It's very important. The next thing is conflict. Conflict will
Mm.
always happen in a relationship. No
Mm.
matter how healthy the relationship is, you guys will disagree. You may not necessarily fight, but you will disagree. So it's
Mm-hmm.
very important that you talk about how you handle conflicts.
Yeah.
For example, now, are you the kind of person that when your partner offends you, you just give them silent treatment, or you're the kind of person that likes to talk? Some people are confrontational, some people they like to
Mm.
withdraw. So, what kind of how do you settle conflict is so important.
Okay.
There are some couples that they even have ground rules that we will not go to
Yeah.
bed, even if we are fighting. We shall say I love you.
I
We
think I
shall
have.
sleep on the same
I think
bed.
I have a friend like
Yeah,
that.
we shall sleep on the same bed. We'll say I love you, even though we are fighting or we're not talking to each other. But with that I love you, we must say it. And the last thing is intimacy, right? Talk
Okay.
about intimacy, and I mean beyond just sex, right? There are situations where your partner wants sex and you don't want sex. How do you handle that?
Mm.
Do you compromise? Do you just say no? You get so it's very important. Talk about your desires. Are you the
Okay.
kind of person that what turns you on? There are
Yeah.
important conversations you should have
Of
because
course.
sex
Of
is a big deal
course.
in
Of
marriage.
course.
Because you can be
That's why I
doing
asked you.
yeah, it's a big deal in marriages, and so many divorces they go around because of sex problems, sexual dysfunctions. You get so talk about sex, talk about how you like to be turned on, what turns you on. There's some people that they are very, they are calm in bed. Some other people they are kinky, they want to do crazy stuff, they want to do BDSM. So talk about it with your partner is very important.
Okay. From our previous conversation, um, in Nigeria, we are taught how to chase love. You know, we know how to do romantic dates, how to propose. We know how to host luxury events. But I think there is one thing that we don't really know how to do, and majorly that's how to how to maintain intimacy, how to build and sustain a family. What's your what's your take on that?
So I agree with what you have said, and most of us, right? We were never taught how to build healthy relationships,
Mm,
right? And you can see in this day of social media, everything is content,
okay.
right? People have contentified, if that's a word, they've contentified weddings and marriages,
Actually, yeah.
right? You see pre-wedding shoots, you see the wedding shoots, you see the bridal shower, then the bride will be asking out a bridesmaid, then you will now see bachelor's party, you will
Mm-hmm.
see engagement party, and you will now see the white wedding, it's a lot. The after party is a lot, right? And then most people are not taught how to actually build and sustain those relationships. And that's why we have high rates of divorce, right? And the problem is most of us, our idea of love, we get it from movies,
Actually,
right? And movies are unrealistic. We get it
mm,
from probably our families. And some of us, we didn't come from families that have good model of love.
actually, your love,
And then
yeah.
some of those, we learn from our friends, we don't really teach people, right, how to build healthy relationships. And
Okay.
then like I said before, you need to communicate your values. It's very important. What are your expectations? Do you have similar values? How do you handle conflict? And intimacy is very important. So if those things are missing, right? And the thing about it is attraction is important. Like I said, you
Of
have to be
course.
attracted to your
Yeah,
partner.
definitely.
There has to be
That's
chemistry.
that's
You have to look
yeah.
at each other and feel something, some kind
Okay.
of way, right? But attraction is not going to carry you through when life knocks on the door and you are
Mm,
dealing with financial stress
of
or
course.
parenting wahala
Mm-hmm.
or family wahala
Mm-hmm.
or difficult seasons of life. Maybe one of you loses a job or the other
Mm-hmm.
lost a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Chemistry and attraction will not carry you through all of that.
Actually, you're
So
right.
you need to make sure that your values align.
Okay.
You know how to communicate. You
Okay.
know how to handle conflicts, and
Mm-hmm.
then you guys understand intimacy.
So, in your opinion, there is no this or that. It is this and that.
Yes, it's this and that. It has to be this and that. It cannot be this or that.
Okay, so in your response, you said nobody is special.
Yes.
So that's kind of offensive to some people, I feel.
Yeah, it is.
Because everybody in their mind wants to believe believe that I'm special.
Rightfully so.
So, but why did you believe in that?
Okay, so when I say nobody's special, I don't mean that people don't have values or they are not unique in their own way. I mean that people, we worry so much about what people think about us. What are they going to say? Nobody's thinking about you like that. That's what I mean by you are not special like that. Nobody, everybody is thinking about their own problems, how they're going to make
Okay.
money, how they're going to eat. That's what I mean when I say nobody's inherently
Oh,
special. Like you need to stop putting yourself in the minds of people like, oh, this person is thinking about me. Nobody's, even if they think about you for a few seconds, they've gone back to thinking about themselves. So that's what I mean by nobody is
okay,
special.
okay. That's it. That's it. Is it. So now,
Yes.
if I take a picture now
Okay.
and then I put it on my WhatsApp, and I said, and I use the caption, this lady here talks about sex
Hmm.
and how to have good sex.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people they will become excited.
Yes,
Then
of
they will come
course.
to your DM.
Yes.
I'm definitely sure you received a lot of DMs,
Yes, I have.
like people negotiating.
Yes, I have.
I think we should have that conversation. Like, there might be someone, maybe in their 100 level, or someone that is just starting out to be a sex educator too, or maybe a sex worker that is possibly watching this video now, and then what are you going to actually tell someone that is just starting out, and they are getting this kind of questions, this kind of negotiations in their DM?
Okay.
How do you think they can manage it?
So I think that whether or not you're talking about sex, men will be men, right? Even
Definitely,
regular women have men in their DMs moving
definitely,
funny,
definitely.
right? Being a sex educator just puts the light on you. So people are like they
Spotlight
just like
there.
bees coming to, or when you put a trash and all the so my own is you have it's important to have boundaries. So I have boundaries, right? On Twitter now, nobody can send me a DM on Twitter,
Okay.
right? My DMs are blocked.
Oh,
Only people that I follow that are sensible can message
oh,
me,
okay.
right? On my Instagram, unfortunately, you cannot block DMs,
On Instagram.
but you can put it in requests. So
Yes.
I put my DMs in request. So I go through my request once in a while.
Mm.
If I see that you're moving funny, I sometimes
You
ignore,
just ignore.
sometimes I block,
You can just, of
sometimes I
course.
restrict. I only
Okay.
respond to people that I know have genuine concerns,
Okay.
right? You cannot stop people from moving funny.
Definitely.
It's just important to have boundaries. So I'm very big on boundaries. I don't joke with boundaries at all.
So, do you think in Nigeria, we should now start in a proper sex education class from secondary school?
Yes. Yes. We should actually do
But
that. It will
imagine
save
a
a lot.
parent, but
Hmm.
imagine a parent as adolescent, like 14 years, 15 years, and then what do you think they are going to be thinking about in their mind that in school, I more lost school, like you didn't teach him, after teaching him biology, mathematics, English, and
Mm.
the next thing you are teaching about him is you are teaching to rather it is the ladies that will be mostly at the receiving end.
Okay.
So, how do you feel the parents are going to feel about you teaching their adolescents about sex?
Okay, so first of all, people have an idea about sex education that is wrong. When people hear sex education, they think you are teaching them how to have
Have
sex.
sex?
No, sex education is expansive, right? Sex education teaches boundaries, it teaches consent, it teaches autonomy, it teaches you how to have healthy relationships, it teaches you how to identify abuse, it teaches you when to seek help
Okay,
if you
yeah,
are going through something, right? And then I understand that for parents, their instinct is to protect their child. So no
definitely.
parent wants to hear that I'm teaching their child how to wear condoms or about contraception or about sex. It's understandable. But let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Does withholding that information, does it stop a young guy or a young girl to be curious about sex?
Actually, majority of them are even having it even without
Does
that
it stop
knowledge.
them to fall in love with to have crushes and to start having sex? It
No,
doesn't. Even
it
as a
doesn't.
young child, when even my parents were very strict and they're pastors and we don't watch TV, I was still
You
curious
still
about
became
sex.
a sex
So
educator.
I was still curious about sex at a young age. Even and with all the restrictions. So children are going to learn about sex one way or the other. But the most important question is not whether they're going to learn about sex. It is whether they're going to learn about it from the right source. So you don't want your child to learn from porn. You don't want them to learn from their peers. So that is why sex education is important, and it can be age appropriate, right? There's the way I would teach an adult. It's not the way I would teach a kid. Of course, I'm not going to teach a kid about a blowjob, but definitely I will teach a kid about consent. That if somebody touches you this way, it's not a good touch. Tell them no. That is part of sex education, right? This is a part of your body. This is a private area. Nobody should go there. You get, so that is part of sex education. It's teaching people about relationships too, right? Be respectful. If somebody says no, you back off. Don't force it. That's sex education. So it's more than just have sex.
I'm going to ask this question. If
Okay.
a woman is single,
Okay.
not in a relationship, they're
Okay.
not married,
Okay.
and then they desire sex,
Okay.
I don't know. Do women actually desire sex or
Why you asking for women? Why you not asking for men?
because I know men, of course, men.
See the double standard you're talking about. This is a double standard, please. There's a double standard already.
Okay, no, I'm asking because I'm curious. Do men actually desire sex?
Do women actually
Do women
desire?
rather, yes.
Okay.
Do
So
women
let me answer your
desire sex?
question.
Okay.
Do women have bodies?
Yes,
Do we have hormones?
of course.
Do we have desires?
I
I mean,
don't
if we
know.
have hormones,
I
do we have?
don't know.
Okay, so what I would say is sexual desire is not for men alone.
Okay.
It's humans. And surprisingly, God has created women with a part of our body that is designed only for pleasure. There's no part of a man's body that is designed only for pleasure. Even the penis, urine comes out of it,
Yeah.
right? And then ejaculation happens too.
Yeah.
But for a woman, there's a part of our body called the clitoris. That part does nothing but pleasure. And
Okay.
it is even 2 times more sensitive than the penis.
Oh,
So women, our bodies are designed for pleasure. God thought about us very well when He was making us. He did not, the way He did men anyhow. He made sure that women, He separated the hole from the clitoris. So I don't believe women have desires, right? We have desires, but then because you have desires, does not mean you have to act on them, and that's where personal values come in.
Okay, that's what
Some women, they believe that they should only have sex when they're in a committed relationship. That's their own value.
of course.
I'm not here to tell you whether or not you should do that.
Okay.
If it's your value, just make sure you're making an
Continue.
informed choice. You're not putting your health at risk.
And it doesn't exactly what I was going to
Yeah,
ask.
some other women believe in waiting to marriage,
Okay.
which is valid. Due to probably religious reasons, valid. Some other women, they just want to have fun. They don't care if they're dating. They don't. As long as you are protecting yourself, continue. Okay.
I just want to, you see, one of the main reasons why we're having this series is in the next 10, 20 years, I might bring back this video.
Give God space in my life.
I might bring back this video,
Okay.
and in your mind,
Mm.
or let me say, what are you projecting for yourself in the next 10, 20 years?
Okay. So what I definitely have goals, of course. I'm not just
Definitely.
doing this just because sex is fun to talk about, right? My goal is that when people think of sex education, I want them to think about Elizabeth, right? Like I can always go to Elizabeth. Elizabeth is a trusted source. She will not judge me. She will not shame me. I can tell her anything pertaining to my body, my sexuality, and she would be able to answer. Also, I'm hoping to have like a hub, a sexual health hub, right? We have so many clinics, but we don't really have sexual health clinics in
Clinics,
Nigeria.
yeah.
So I'm hoping to have one where a young person can come. They can see a therapist, a sex therapist. They can see a gynecologist. They can see. So I want to have like a sexual health hub that is holistic,
Okay.
from mental health to sexual health to general wellness
Okay.
for young adults. So I'm projecting that in the next 5-10 years, there's going to be a society where people are comfortable talking about sex,
Sex, yeah.
and there's no shame, there's no judgment, there's no stigma. People can seek help, at the right time. And then I'm that go-to source.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm that trusted source.
Okay.
And I'm also hoping to have a PhD in the next
Okay.
5 years.
Okay.
So I can be a professor of human sexuality.
So I just hope that in the next 10, 20 years, when you are looking at this video and or when you're watching this video back, you won't feel like, oh damn, why am I talking about this?
Nah, I
Maybe
will
you
not.
became a pastor wife.
No, it's not possible.
So
It's not possible.
are you sure?
I'm 100% sure. It's not
So
possible.
maybe you can marry
I'm not
someone.
even crazy about marriage to start with.
definitely be married in the next 10,
I
20
don't
years.
know. If there's a man out there that would want to marry me, let him come.
But you're actually a great person, and it's nice to
Yeah, I know I am great.
meet
But
you.
thank
So
you.
subsequently, if I invite you to come and talk about sex again.
I can talk about anything about outside sex, but then if you invite me, I can even give you business ideas.
Oh, really?
But if you invite me,
It's
of
the
course,
best idea about sex.
it can be about sex. Sex is a selling industry. Oh.
Hmm.
Don't play.
Okay, so, so thank you very much for your time, and I
Yes, thank
appreciate
you for having me.
it. One word for the audience.
My own is I want to tell everybody as you're watching this, I want you to know that pleasure is your birthright. You deserve orgasms, lots of it. So explore, have fun, but do it safely and of course according to your values. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, if you check our page, you'll see how you can have safe sex and a lot of
Yes. Yes. Lots of it.
it. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes. Thank you
So,
for
what's
having
your
me.
handle for?
Okay, so on Instagram I am at the Elizabeth Adewale.
Okay,
On Twitter I am Eliza Ego.
okay,
At Eliza Ego. It's difficult. It's somehow I should have one handle across platforms, but unfortunately
yeah,
Twitter
you
does
should have
not allow
left
long
us.
handles. So Eliza Ego, and on TikTok it's Elizabeth Adewale. It's scattered. Don't worry. Just look for Elizabeth Adewale. You